Hello and welcome to week 7. For week 7, you are going to work on your outline and you're going to submit the draft for project number 3. So let's look at each of these assignments individually. In the review section, you'll notice that you're going to do what we call a reverse outline. So once you've put project number 2 and your primary research together, you're going to, on a separate document, count the number of paragraphs that you have, and then just simply, say you have 15 paragraphs, you'll number a piece of paper from 1 through 15, and then simply write the main idea from each of those paragraphs. This will allow you to check your order. You'll be able to read through those main ideas of all 15 in this example paragraphs, and you'll decide, does something need to be moved? Do I have everything in an order that makes sense? And of course, once you get down to the primary research part of this, you really will be, you will be using, verbiage that is going to be the same for all of you. You'll explain the participants of, in your case, the observations in the interview. You'll explain the instrumentation of the observations in the interview, etc. So really what you're checking is the order of this, what's preceding your primary research, and then what comes after your primary research. So you'll want to make sure that you do that you just check that order by creating the reverse outline. And of course, you've known since the very beginning of the semester that we're heading towards this inquiry-based ethnography. So basically, you want to, again, remind yourself of the goals of this project as a whole as you've put together your project number 2 with your primary research. It's really a matter of checking that you've got all of the parts. Remember that this should be about 6 to 10 pages long. You're using MLA format 9th edition. You're including 4 outside sources, all of which are scholarly, 1 observation, 1 interview, 3 to 5 photographs. Now remember, and I've mentioned it in some of the feedback, but photographs are a tender subject. If you are engaged in an observation and you would make someone feel uncomfortable by taking photographs, what you want to do is search for photographs that would be related on something like Google Images, or you can use Pexels or Pixabay, some place that you want to gather images that represent what you've observed. And then, of course, you'll have the Appendix A and B. In your works cited page, your appendix will be the interview questions themselves, no responses. And Appendix B will be your observation protocol without the notes. And again, they can be in either order. It really doesn't matter. And then you'll need your works cited page. So you'll want to make sure that you've got all of those pieces as you turn in that draft. Now, this week, we do have staggered due dates because we're heading towards the last week of the semester. So pay attention to those due dates, both in the syllabus and in Canvas. But ultimately, for the part 2 portion of the primary research, this is really the data analysis part of it. The outline and the project number 3 rough draft, you're going to upload your files on the dates that those assignments are due. And you're going to, if you decide instead to use something like OneDrive or Google Docs, just make sure that you add those links and that anyone with the link can view those documents. But again, I want to reiterate that we do not have a Sunday due date as we have in weeks past. You have staggered due dates throughout the week so that we can move into week 8 and accomplish everything by the last day of the semester. If you have any questions, as always, don't hesitate to ask.